Okay, let's talk about the Arena Awards system. You might have noticed that there's these little points things up in the upper corner, and you get points for different things, and some of these things are determined by your particular arena. But let's just go take a look at it. So if you click on it, it'll open up a sub window, and that points thing is almost everywhere. You can see you could open up a sub window of a sub window here. So it tells you your balance, first of all. And I'm going to skip right to the last thing on here because the organization has the opportunity to decide how somebody is rewarded for certain actions. What are the rewards for certain actions? So they can go through and say, and this is an example for a preferred insurance center, but you can award, say it takes 750 points to get this. And you can make these anything you want. Now, I really strongly recommend that, I mean, you can give away gift cards if you want, but I think it's better to choose things that are part of the fabric of your organization, that promote what your focus is, that promotes team camaraderie, things along those lines. I think those are by far the best. And so, I would just highly recommend that. That is what it ought to be. Now you have to have an idea what all the points are awarded for. Now some of these are standard, all right? If you log into this system and you check your task during the day, you're going to get 5 points. These may change from time to time, by the way, because there are going to be some that are built into the system. Um, this particular preferred is that we're going to start asking a riddle of the week or something along those lines, and you're going to get 10 points just for answering it. All right, answering it correctly, I'm guessing, but uh, being recognized by somebody. It used to be a poker chip system that worked great because we believe in giving shout outs. Well, now this system, and I'll show you how it works, records something. But the point is that you can decide for some things what you're going to get points for. Some of them are built in. So a recognition is built in. That's 20 points if somebody's recognized. And you giving a recognition a high five. That's another 20 points. That means somebody else thinks that this was a good idea. Um, one small thing suggestions. We're going to go over those, but that's what 1ST stands for, one small thing, and it's suggestions, and it's the lifeblood of improvement in your organization. Giving a review of something. You get 30 points for doing it. You have to include an improvement suggestion, but that's okay. Those aren't very hard to do. If you review a teammate, now a teammate has to give you permission unless you're a supervisor, but reviewing a teammate's a big deal. It's difficult and it's emotionally trying, but it's so important. You get 150 points for that. Um, Reviewing or creating a TAP plan. You get 250 points for that. Now you can't do it more than 4 times a year, but those things are built in. And then there's these online courses. Well, the online courses, they give points um, based on how hard the course is. Now, none of them, that I create have tests so far, but you know, how it may be a length of time for the videos, things along those lines. But those are just some examples, and this can be added to. Now, there's this medaling program down here. The uh, the organization can create medals and come up with all kinds of things they want to award points for. So that's how you get the points. This is what you can get with the points. And one of the coolest suggestions you can make is another good way to redeem points that is fun and is adds to the team camaraderie, etc. All right, so that's under the rewards and points. Wanted to show you that first. So, okay, how does the whole system work? On the left are the things about you for the most part. If you click My Point History, it'll show you where you've given and taken points. Just it's just a list, and you can page through it. You can go to whatever. Okay. Now you can look at your recognitions. These are recognitions you've created. And if you're a supervisor, it'll show you the recognitions created by those you supervise. And that's important because it's, as a supervisor, you know what? It's pretty high priority to get your people to recognize each other. That's just important enough. It's one of the main parts of your job to create a culture where that happens. Now, these are those one small suggestions. So these are the ones you've created. Now you're looking at the ones I created because I'm the one logged in here. But it says the date it was created. These things can be updated all the time, all that type of stuff. And again, it has this section. If you're a supervisor, it's going to show up and show the people you supervise what suggestions they have made. And then the last one is the teammates points list. Now I especially like this because it just you could think of it as a leaderboard, all right? Because it just keeps track of points for everybody on your team, and it'll page through. You can search for a particular person if you want, if the list gets long, all that type of stuff, in order of total points they've earned. Now you'll see there's a difference between the total points and the current points. I've used some of them. Now, in my case, what has happened is I've given them away to other people, and I'll show you how to do that. But that's one of the things built into the system is that you give points to another person for any reason you want, but it makes those points more meaningful. You think they did something, give them some of your points and tell them why, okay? It's very worthwhile. That's on the left side. On the right side is the total team. So it'll show you, let me close that one, open this. It shows you the all the recognitions for your team, and there's going to be like the last 25 of them. All right. And if you want to see them all, you can click that button. And then there's all the suggestions for your team. And I've already shown you how you can use and get points. So that's what the drop downs are about. So let's look at the buttons. Very easy. I've shown you the point history, transferring points. Anybody can give points to anybody else for any reason. So you just put in here the number of points you want to give, and in here, who you want them to go to. Why are you giving them the points? And fill it out. A notice will go out. Notices do go out to a supervisor and your supervisor, because your supervisor, it's a good thing to do this, and your supervisor needs to know it, needs to know when good things are going on. Now, and you can make something private, in which case it goes out to no one. It will go to the person that you're giving the points to, but so you can transfer points for any reason whatsoever. This is where you can give a new recognition or a new one small thing suggestion. And again, they are very easy. You give a recognition to somebody. All right. What's the shout out about? Now, on a recognition, they get 20 points. You can give them some extra points. If you think it's worthwhile, you just add points to it in here, and it'll take points from you and give it to them. And again, you can make this private. When you make it private, the only people who will be able to see it is you, the person you recognize, and your supervisor. Okay? Put in some details, tell them why, and hit submit. A suggestion. You go to the suggestion on the one small thing, and it's asking for a little more information here, but you can make these private too. Again, the same people will see it. Now, see, this allows for one person to enter something in for another person. So I could be, let's say somebody gave me an idea. I want to give them credit for it. So I just go here and I'll say that Andrea gave me an idea. I put in a title, and now down here it's asking for a little bit more information because we want to be sure you understand that the person it's sent to understands what it is, why it will help, and who it will help. And now there's a status on suggestions. It's going to go in as submitted, and there's a box here for supervisor follow-up because this has a built-in follow-up system. When you do this, what happens is your supervisor is notified. It's their job to get back to you on it. And when they can go in here and change this, they can say, yep, we're going to do that, and it's in progress. It's totally done. It's marked as implemented. If it's declined, it's declined. Not everything gets done. And when they do these things, they should be putting notes in here to tell you what they've done. That is the point system in a nutshell. But there are lots of ways to get points, and they're very worthwhile. And don't ever underestimate how important these new recognition and first suggestion or one small thing suggestions are, because those small little incremental differences make a huge difference at the end of a year. Okay, I think that's all I've got for now. Thank you.